This is a time for you to come and connect with people who are going to let you get more connected with yourself. They're coming to help you put yourself first and really give that time to yourself to connect emotionally and physically and to really put yourself first.
Empowering you organically, delivering content you trust with results you love.
Welcome to another episode of Empowering You Organically. I'm your host, Jonathan Hunsaker, joined by my co-host, Terry Ann Trevenin.
Hey, everyone.
This is a part 2 podcast talking about the Organixx Live It challenge. If you have not listened to part 1, I encourage you to listen to that as well. It'll give you more details, more context around the Live It challenge, how it came to be, and why we're doing it. Today on this podcast, we're just going to talk a little bit more about the details of the actual challenge itself. So the challenge kicks off on Monday, October 5th, and it will last for 6 weeks. As we've talked about in the previous podcast, every single week, and the week will go from Monday through Saturday. Sunday's a day off for everyone. So every week there will be a physical challenge, there will be an emotional challenge, and then there will be an educational class that we will have on Saturdays at 11:30 a.m. Eastern. Again, all of this is 100% free. Just make sure that you are on our email list to get all of the notifications, and or follow us on Facebook or Instagram. Go to empoweringyouorganically.com. You can get links to all 3 of those quite easily. So Terry Ann, do you want to walk us through what the weeks are going to look like exactly?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you haven't listened to the first one, definitely go and listen to it. But we actually structured this after a Live It challenge we did with our team, and we are running it the exact same way we did it with our team. We're now finished with our second version of this, 2 challenges that our team have completed. So you'll find a physical, an emotional challenge, and a live class on Saturday with 3 experts that will rotate during 6 weeks. Angie, Stacy, and Ruth, a meditation expert, a fitness expert, and then our friend Ruth, who will talk about the ties between physical ailments and physical issues with your body and how they're tied to your emotions. Powerful, powerful classes. Again, those will be 11:30 a.m. Eastern every Saturday for 6 weeks, starting the week of October 5th. So just to give you an idea of some of the challenges, I'm not going to walk through every single one. We will link this on empoweringyouorganically.com in the show notes so you can check out all the challenges and participate. But the physical challenges, so our first week out of the gate, we have 5,000 steps each day and 5 minutes of meditation each morning. So there's a physical element and an emotional element. This is really to drive you to move your body and to do something for yourself physically, and then also to combine the element of the emotional well-being. There's not a lot of time for that in the world right now, and we don't make a lot of time for it. So you'll see physical and emotional challenges like that. You'll also see that we have, in some of our emotional challenges, 5 minutes of deep breathing twice a day. Breathing is so critical for our health, and we don't stop and take those deep breaths enough. It can reset our body, it can reset our mind, our emotions. Every week, you're going to see the physical challenge being the steps, and you're going to see those steps increase every week. Just move your body and get your steps in more every day. That doesn't mean that you have to go run miles to get those in. You can walk to get those in. Maybe for you, you work at a desk and it's tracking your steps and you're just getting up and moving more. And you're hitting those steps because you're just not sitting in the chair all day. However you get to those steps, we just want to see people moving their body more. We're home more. We've been living through quarantine. We're not getting out as much right now. It's a great time. Go outside and walk around. If it's too cold, go up and down your stairs. Just move your body and get that energy flowing more. And then again, those emotional challenges, breathing, meditation. We have somewhere you listen to different music and let that change the tone of your day, your emotions, really connecting with that. Writing things we're grateful for. So every week there will be the physical challenge of steps and then a different emotional challenge each week that you can participate in. We've tried to make this something that everyone can participate in. And then every Saturday, we're offering these classes to you completely free. This is a time for you to come and connect with people who are going to let you get more connected with yourself. They're coming to help you put yourself first and really give that time to yourself to connect emotionally and physically and to really put yourself first.
Yeah, and so we talk about tracking your steps, and again, anybody can do this. I do encourage you to actually track them. Don't guess, oh, I probably get 5,000 a day. Oh, I probably get 5,500. Almost every smartphone now can track your steps if you keep it on you. If you don't take your smartphone on your walks or runs, which I highly encourage you to do, you can also just Google, if I walk for 30 minutes, how many steps is that? And then go walk for 30 minutes and let that be kind of your basis. But I do encourage you to follow some sort of tracking. It's the tracking of the steps that matters a lot. It's that constant daily activity and routine of tracking that will have you be more conscious to take the stairs instead of the escalator, that will have you go up and get off the couch and go get something out of the kitchen yourself rather than asking your kids to do it. There's all kinds of just little things that happen, and that's what actually makes the biggest difference in your life, is those tiny little decisions. Do I get up and go get it myself, or do I ask somebody else to do it? Am I actually taking the amount of steps that I think I am? And what often happens is people grossly overestimate the amount of exercise and body movement they get every day, and they grossly underestimate how much food they eat and how many calories they consume. And so, and by the way, we're not doing any kind of a food challenge here where we're saying, hey, do this eating wise or follow this diet or anything like that, because that's not for me to tell you what works for your body. What I will tell you and what you can do is, if you want to track your food, you don't even have to change what you're eating. Just tracking the food itself, we know, has you be more conscious about what you eat. We know that just tracking food will have you lose weight. We know that just tracking your steps will have you move your body more. And that's why we're making it just a simple exercise of just 5,000 steps the first week. We grow by 500 steps every single week. By the end, I believe you're at what, 7,500 steps, 8,000 steps. So it's 7,500 steps. And that's a good growth pattern there. And then at the end of the 6 weeks, you're going to be amazed at those little decisions that you continue to make, to get up off the couch and go get it yourself, to walk and take the stairs instead of the elevator or the escalator. And we'll have rebuilt a healthy habit that we may have lost going into the quarantines and the pandemics and all of that. I also want to talk about the educational classes. These classes are phenomenal. I'm not teaching them. Terry Ann's not teaching them. We brought in experts in their field that work with professional athletes, that work with people in the top, in the tops of those fields, to help them release things emotionally, to understand what they're putting in their body food-wise and understanding nutrition. They're going to be phenomenal. So the educational classes, I highly encourage you to be on there live, because part of what makes all of this work is the sense of community, the sense of doing this with others, that you're not doing it alone. And so every Saturday morning at 11:30 Eastern, set aside that 30 minutes for yourself. Get your kids occupied with the craft or doing something different, and take that 30 minutes to just invest in you. Not only are you going to learn phenomenal information and education, but you also get to participate and have that sense of community, knowing that there's this many other people doing the exact same thing as you, challenging themselves and creating new healthy habits just like you are.
Yeah, and then also just to mention, there will be ways to view it later. If you can't be on it, we will make that available, but we just really encourage you to be on those classes and be there with that community and feel that sense of community and energy that comes from coming together. So don't think that counts you out of the challenge. And by the way, when it comes to this challenge, don't feel like you have to check every single box off. Well, I think it's incredible if you can truly participate in the full challenge, and I think it will change your life like we've seen it change our team's lives. Do the best that you can with the challenge. Maybe that week you missed the emotional part, but get your steps in, or maybe you can't get the steps in, but get the emotional. These tiny little changes happening every single week will lead to long-term changes that benefit your physical and emotional health. On top of that, we want it to be fun. So we're giving away prizes every week, a year supply of product of your choice. We're going to be giving away 3-month supplies of our products, some of our top selling products that our customers and followers love, back massagers, NutriBullets, tea kettles, essential oil diffusers, Fitbits, amazing water bottles so you can keep your water by you all day long. I mean, we have amazing prizes. We want this to be fun, and there will be a grand prize winner at the end who gets all the prizes that we're giving away. So we want people to come, have fun, experience this with us. And really the biggest thing is changing your life. And I want to talk about that really quickly. So our team has done 2 versions of this challenge. And the second time around, we implemented meetings where we would meet periodically with our teams that we were participating in the challenge with. And we would talk about what we were learning, what our favorite challenges were. In fact, we just had our closeout for our last challenge with our teams this morning. And as I sat and listened to my team talk about their biggest takeaways, the biggest overarching message that I got from everyone on that call was putting themselves first and doing that for themselves. I heard people talk about how they're being more physical than they've been in a long time with their body and moving and putting their body first. I heard people talking about how they're trying to put themselves first and not take everybody else on, and getting back to really focusing on them so that they can give better to everyone else. I heard people talking about doing things that they haven't done for a long time that make them really happy and bring them a lot of joy. Overall, I watched all these people on my call talk about how their lives are different because they participated. I can promise you that not a single person was perfect in this challenge. They were able to do every single little thing. But over the course of the time period that we held this challenge, we all came together towards a common goal, doing it in our own unique ways, and we all left better physically, emotionally, mentally, and we feel like a team and we don't feel alone. And that's another thing I would really encourage you to do. Invite people to participate in this challenge with you. The best way to succeed at something is to have an accountability partner or someone to do it with you. Invite people, have them participate with you, share with them your wins, share with them where you're maybe falling short, talk with them about what you're learning. That is the best way to impact change in our lives and other people's lives, is to bring people on the journey with us. Let it be their unique journey, but support one another in that journey.
Yeah, I was just going to say that, I think that's vitally important, is have an accountability partner. And that may be your husband, maybe your wife, that may be your brother or sister. They don't have to be in the same household with you. You may want to get a group of people together to do it. Maybe your son or your daughter. I mean, listen, everybody's world's got flipped upside down with the quarantine, the pandemic, all of that. And then also, especially if you're in the US, there's been a whole lot of political division going on throughout the country. And really, we're all people. We all, for the most part, are loving people and love each other. This should be a time to come together. So use this opportunity to get your family back closer together. Build that relationship stronger with your husband or wife, with your brother, with your sister, with your friends, and do something that really is good for you. And like Taryn said, put yourself first for a little bit. So I highly encourage you to take on this challenge. It doesn't cost you a penny, but just a little bit of time and a commitment to yourself. I promise you, at the end of the 6 weeks, I'm not going to say that you're going to be 30 pounds lighter or, everything will have changed, but you will have built better, healthier habits again that you may have had before and that you lost before the pandemic, or you may be building healthy habits for the very first time that will stick with you and will continue to have you be healthy going into the holiday season. I mean, let's make this year a little different than the others, where Thanksgiving and Christmas end up being a time where we let ourselves go, and then January 1st, we beat ourselves up and try to get back to where we were. What if we actually build healthy habits leading into those holidays, healthy habits that will help take us through those holidays and be much happier on January 1st by staying true to ourselves and putting our health first. So I highly encourage you to join. There's all kinds of great free prizes. The grand prize, a $500 gift certificate to Organixx products, plus all the other prizes that we give away from the NutriBullet and the Fitbit and all of that. So trying to give you as many reasons as possible to participate. Please don't find a reason not to. Find a reason to participate. And I think it will absolutely make a difference.
And then really quickly, make sure that you're subscribed to our email list and that you're following us on Facebook and Instagram. A lot of the participation will come from emails going out and responding to those emails so that we know that you're interested, that you're participating, and also that you can use our hashtag on Instagram and Facebook to enter yourself into the prizes as well. So make sure that you're following us and finding us in those 3 places. We really want to make sure that we capture you if you're participating in the challenge. And also we will link the information on the challenge in the show notes for empoweringyorganically.com podcast. But just make sure that you're in those places with Organixx. Organixx on Facebook, ORGANIXX. And then for Instagram at Organixx Living, ORGANIXXLIVING. And then you can go to Organixx.com to subscribe to our email list if you're not already subscribed to it. If you are, then you'll receive these emails. So if not, make sure you get on it so that you can participate in this challenge with our community. Come together at a time when the world seems crazy and find the joy and all the beautiful things going on in life and putting yourself first.
Awesome. I couldn't say it better myself. Thank everybody for tuning in. EmpoweringYouOrganically.com to get all the links that you need. Subscribe on iTunes to not miss another podcast. Give us a big 5-star rating and review if you feel like we've earned it. And we'll see you guys on the next podcast.
Thanks, everyone.